You ever have one of those weeks when the very thought of coming out to the shop just is completely overwhelming and you don't even know what to begin with? Well, that's where I'm at today. So it's a perfect day to turn the camera on and share how I get my head out of my hind end and get after it. Today we're on Thunderstruck. We're going to do some work on the front end. It's not going to be a big project, but the point of the project is to build some momentum so that hopefully by tomorrow I actually do feel like doing something more major. I want to help you get out of that rut, and we're going to do that by sharing my day with you. It's always about spending the day here in the shop with me. Stick around. I'm Mike. You're watching My Car's Shop. It is early March and we've had a big warm snap coming through. It's been raining and it is 60 degrees out today. I can't put stitches out and everything in here is just drenched with moisture. I hate that, but that's just the way it is. So nothing I can do about dry. I mean, there's no point in trying to dry everything. The whole shop is like this. Everything is like this. So I got the heat on to try to hopefully dry things out a little bit. But anyway, so in our last work on this truck, I believe we were doing the torsion bar mounts. And today, I really want to focus on getting this side done. Now, this side is done. I have the other torsion bar socket uh, done up and cleaned up. I did that one day earlier in the week when I had a few minutes. But I have a broken off torsion bar, or I shouldn't say broken, cut off torsion bar stuck up here. I think the only way we're going to get that out is to take this all apart. My hope is that it's going to give me the momentum to start putting in all the new ball joints and lower control arm bushings and stuff. Um, I don't know where this is going. That's why I'm sharing it with you. I need to get this done. We may just simply get that out and then put the torsion bar in. I don't know. So anyway, let's start by doing that. If I remember right, this is not bolted tight to the spindle, but even if it is, it doesn't matter because we got to put an upper ball joint in here anyway. So my goal is to try to slip the lower control arm out without taking everything off up here from now. Um, so let me pop this out of here, and you know what I'm saying. Ouch. So here's our catch 22. We've got to get the lower control arm spindle bolt that's pressed in out to get at this, but we need this out to get at that. So I'm going to see if we can just clamp something on here and just beat the crap out of it and hope it comes out. I tried doing it in there and I just really couldn't get a good purchase on it. So I wish I could find my torsion bar tool. I don't know where I put it. I've been looking for it. That would be the cat's meow to clamp that on there and then be able to pound on that to get it out. So I'm going to look a little more for that and then we'll give up and try another one. Finally found it. Yeah, it fell out of the spot where I would have put it, which is the bottom of the toolbox, and was buried underneath something. So I guess in all the shop reorganization, that's no surprise. Um, Probably like this, I'm guessing. The challenge I've got is getting it on there in such a way. Of course. You ever have that where you have 27 Allen wrenches and none of them fit? I have other sets. It's just this was the quickest to grab. So, all right, I think this is going to work. But I really want to get this up in this vicinity. So that spins so we can get that like that. Okay, I got to get the right Allen wrench. We'll get this tightened down, and then we'll oil the crap out of it and see if it comes out of there. So hang on. Oh, that's going to be fun. It's already loosening up. I mean, as far as the clamp goes. I need something I can get a good blow on. That's in there. It's like ragu. The acetylene torch is buried behind the duster, so that ain't going to work today. I think if I had some, maybe I'll take it over there to the table. That might be the way to do it, is take it over to the table. I may need to take the rotor off of this. This is going to obviously be a bigger job than I was hoping. So let me do some figuring and some fixturing here so I can get a good blow on this and see if it's going to move. I've been soaking this in Croil for weeks, so we'll see. Maybe. Maybe not. Holy crappers, that is tight. Let's see if we can drive it in a little bit, maybe. It'd be helpful if I had the ball joint off of there too, but we'll see. If I can get it to move one way, it'll move the other way. I think it did. I think it just moved. Okay. Come on. Thought I had some PB blaster right here. Okay. Heat would resolve this very, very quickly. That's loose again. Let me grab my tool. Sometimes these little stupid things can take you all day to sort out. Glad I found the tool, because if you remember in the last episode, I needed it for the duster and I couldn't find it. So, okay, it would be helpful probably if I had this clamped down. So we'll do the right thing and not do that. I can just hear the comments. Well, why didn't you just? Because if I didn't just, I probably didn't just think of it. I wish more stuff would fall off of here. That would be great. Oh, there we go. We broke the tool, so that ain't going to work. It's not broke, it's just broke. I got to ponder this some more. That was a pain in the hemorrhoids, but I got it. I don't know if I'll be able to get that socket on there though, because I smashed that nut so hard. So I took the air, as you saw me, and I drove it in there. Finally had to pull this out, beat it with a hammer to drive it in further, and then just started wailing both on the side of the taper and the nut, and finally it came out. So front end parts are always fun like that. But I need to get a little bigger socket. I have one, buzz this off of here, and then that'll give us a lot more flexibility to get this apart. Here's a pro tip for you also. I already got this one apart, but because I beat the crap out of this nut, it wouldn't come off of here. So what I had to do was take a pickle fork, put it underneath the nut, pound it so that it pulled the ball joint back into the taper, and then put my impact gun on there, and the nut came right off. So anyway, just a little pro tip. Now we are 20 pounds lighter, so we can actually work with this. And I think I'm going to take it over to the vise, clamp this in the vise, and then see if we can beat on this to get it broke loose. I may even take and just pound on this a little bit, but that's some pretty thick metal there. So I don't know that we're going to be able to stretch that material enough to get this to break. So I've got it in the UTMS here. If you don't know what that is, it's the Universal Tool Mounting System. Using this vise because it has better jaws than the one that's mounted on my bench. Plus, if you remember, the one on my bench broke and I welded it back together, so it's not as strong as this one. Always something, you know? I think we moved it. Yep, she's coming. I see her moving, I think. I don't like beating on that socket that much as far as the torsion bar socket, but got to get it out of there. And, I think my jaws, something just broke. Okay. I don't think it was the vise. I think it was something else. I hope. Yeah, it wasn't the vise. I don't know what it was. Maybe some slag here on the... I'm almost positive that I'm seeing it move. What a pot liquor. I might be able to run that torch over here. I'm going to move things around and we'll just heat that up with the torch. Cherry red, it'll pop right out. I think I've got enough. That was a lot. I do have another set of lower control arms I could have used, but these have the sway bar on them, so that's why I want to use them. But we got it, so it's a little bit beat up. We'll take a grinder and clean that up. It'll be just fine. What a job of work that was. I never would have gotten that without the torch. You know, I could have burned this out of here probably and tried pressing it out that way, but honestly, as stuck as that was, I don't know that would have made much difference. And I don't want to use the torch where my press is to like heat this up and then press it. So I think that was the best way to go. That's my opinion. It should be yours. So anyway, that's got to cool. I need to cool down. And, you know, I got it this far apart. I figured this was going to happen. All I intended to do was just get this cleaned up and, you know, I mean, get that out of there and then put it back in so I could finish fitting the torsion bars. But as I'm here, I'm going, it's not that much more work to put the lower bushing in. It's not that much more work to put the ball joint on. It's not that much more work to clean all this up and paint it. So that's what happens. That's why I'm sharing this with you, because once you start building momentum and you just want to get her done. You can, something smells hot. I wonder what that is. Just making sure nothing's burning here. I don't think anything is. I got 2 fire extinguishers handy, so I'm not worried about it. But anyway, I don't have a hole down through the table where my press is. So one of the things you can do, especially since this is hot, is just put some up pressure on this, and that will help you pry that up out of there. See how it's coming out? Boom, it's out. So now we just got to get the can out of here, and I got to figure out what I'm smelling burning here. I don't think it's anything to be too worried about, but I did just notice there's paper in here, so. Nope, that looks good. Nope, that looks good. I didn't think there was any sparks going down, so. Anyway, I'll keep a nose on it. I'm not going anywhere, so. I got a fire extinguisher there, and I got another one here. I'm always paranoid about fire in this building. We've talked about that before. So now I got to split this bushing out of here, and then the factory way to put this in is you press the bushing in here, and then you press the pin into the bushing. But I waffle back and forth on that. The concern is that you don't get it pressed all the way down into the thing. But if I recall the way I've usually done it, stitches was different because that was polyurethane. It's been quite a while since I've done these. But if I recall, what I've done is I press the pin into the bushing, and then I use a like an exhaust pipe over the whole thing and press the whole bushing down in here. I got to think about that. I think that's the way I've always done it. You can go either way on it, but I think the factory says to press the bushing in here and then press the pin down in. But there's nothing to keep that from going and pushing that center out. So I'm not crazy about that idea. I would much rather press against the pin and get it in there. So 6/2, I mean, drop it in the comments. Which way do you do it? But yeah, I got to split this. Tempted just to fire the torch and cut it. Okay, it came, or it's coming. Not quite out all the way, but just air chiseling it out. I split it down with the air chisel and then turned it around and just started blasting it out of there. So I think that I'm going to smash this over a little bit and use the air chisel and drove it back in. That's good. That means it's loose. I wonder if I can maybe. Yep, that one will fit. Just don't have quite enough hands for everything. You know what I'm saying? There it goes. Shoo! And very minimal damage. We'll take a rotary file in there, clean things up just a little bit, and we'll be ready to put the new one in. Got to get the inner sleeve off of the pin as well. First thing we'll do is pull the rubber off. And I'll show you how to do that. I've showed you before, but well, there it goes. So what I do, you can do whatever you want. I'm lazy, so I just take this, put it on a vise. Just stretch it out like that with a hammer. It should come right off. Not quite enough yet. It's hot. Oh, nice. My vise is a piece of crap. It's from Hobo Freight. Let's see if this works. Yep, there she goes. Okay, that should come out of there now. Slowly it turns, step by step, inch by inch. It's hot. So anyway, I need to fix this stupid vise. Yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time when I bought it, but I can see in hindsight, it was a piece of crap. That thing is hot. Did I mention that that's hot? I'm going to put it in this way. Like this. Squeeze down on it like that, and then see if we can drive it out. So again, it's because I smashed this with a hammer and stretched that metal, it came out easy. And I scuffed my vehicle. Okay, so I took a grinding stone and I went in there and I got all my little burrs and stuff cleaned up because that always happens. And I got this all cleaned up over here now so it doesn't look quite as beat up. I'll get that painted. I'm going to go ahead and wire brush all this stuff down, get some paint on that, and then let it dry while I get some lunch. So do that real quick. I wished I had some of that stuff. Rust encapsulator. That's what I would be using on this if I had it. I'm going to be getting some for this project, but I just haven't had a chance to get it ordered yet. So, got a little burr right there I need to deal with. Again, same thing. Well, yeah, there's another one there. So I got to get those cleaned off there real quick. But anyway, we're close. I had to take the control arm or the torsion bar adjuster out, which means I needed to use a bunch of Croil. And what I use, Croil PV Blaster. I don't know, remember which one, doesn't matter anyway. So now I got oil all over everything. So I'm just going to clean this up super fast and super easy. Ting! That way the paint will stick. So I just need my blow thing. Blow this up real quick. Probably should get that bump stop out of there too while I'm here, because I have new bump stops for it. That's all I'm doing to these. I went through with a wire brush like this. I just scraped off the loose stuff. I'm going to hit it with Rust-Oleum, and we're going to call it good. So. I'll probably put this in the oven to dry for a while. What are the odds of getting that out of there? Ha ha ha. Slim to none, but we're going to try. It's 1/2 inch or 9/16. I can't tell. I got to get that out of there so we can put the new bump stops on. All right, there we go. It's in primer. I'm going to need to hit it with some kind of paint. But again, we're not getting carried away sandblasting everything. This is an old rat rod truck, so I'm only painting it to keep it from rusting and just to improve its looks a little bit. Paint will stick, so good enough. I still need to do the ball joint here. I got to take that off, get the spindle cleaned up. But I'm going to get some lunch, and we'll be right back, just this fast. The problem with taking a lunch break is then you have to get back after it. But I didn't have any breakfast, so we're good to go. So the next thing is I need to get that lower ball joint off the spindle, get the spindle cleaned up, and get that painted. And thing showed up here. I don't know where Monster is, but they've both been out and about because it's so nice out. And I don't blame them. So anyway, thing came for some cuddles, so I'm going to take care of her for a minute, and then we'll get at it. All right, I decided to go ahead and press the bushing into the control arm first. So I'm going to go do that over in my press. It's not real easy to get you over there to see anything with this car here. So I'll just get that done, and I'll press this in there as well, and I'll be right back. There we go, just like that. We have a lower control arm bushing in. All pressed in, ready to go. I already checked the torsion bar on this side. It fits good. I do notice I got one spot that I missed painting right there, so we're going to hit that real quick. I did put some Loctite on that inner one, just because we want it slipping in the rubber. We don't want the pin slipping in the sleeve. So, okay, that needs to dry. That's almost dry, so I think we can bolt our wheel bearing on there. And I got a little bit of a slop right there. I need to clean that up. There, it was just a little extra Loctite. Okay, so that needs to dry, so I'll swap that out, and we'll get the ball joint bolted on there, and good to go. I got to put a washer on that. Here it is right here. But I got the lower spindle nut in. And stuff. I got the strut rod nut in. So yeah, on these, because I already put the new strut rod bushings in, you can take the spindle nut off and take the back of the strut rod off and get the control arm out without taking the strut rod out. So that's nice. Yeah, everything's pressed back together again, looking good. So I'm ready to put everything back together again. And then we'll put the spindle on there, but I may leave that off. I don't know if I'm up for it or not, but part of me wants to just go ahead and get this upper control arm done. These upper ball joints can be a but maybe we can get it. So, and I need to do the control arm bushings. It would be nice to have this all done and painted and so forth today. I'm just running out of steam, but I suppose if I'm not doing this, I'd just be sitting on my butt doing nothing. So not true. I have a gig coming up I need to rehearse for, but I don't know. I'll ponder that for a minute or six. You'll see it. want to show you. Guess we'll put our money where our mouth is on our design here and see how strong it is, right? I tried it with the breaker or with the ratchet itself and it wouldn't do it. There it goes. Yes, good. Okay. Whew. Couldn't find my other impact. I don't know where the heck that went. I don't hardly ever use it, so I can't imagine why it's not where it belongs, but it is what it is. So. Okay, apparently that's not the way to do it. But it's loose, so that's the main thing. I'm thrilled. This is not even budging, and it's not even welded on there yet. So I was a bit concerned about putting this kind of torque on it, but obviously it's not an issue, and we don't need a tissue. Make sure we're screwing up. Yep, we're coming up out of there slowly but surely, Laverne. And don't call me Shirley. Oh. Whew. I don't think we would have got that with that big impact gun. That ball joint might be all right, but I bought new ones, so. Well, I think I stink. I think the thing to do, I'm at it. I'm here. I'm kicking and screaming all the way. I do not feel like doing this. But I'm going to go ahead and pull this control arm out, get the upper bushings changed, and get this painted and get the new ball joint in it. Then this is, other than welding this on, which we can't do yet because we need to put our bubble gauge on and get everything copacetic, and nothing so pathetic. Yep, we'll be closer. So there we go. Whew. All right, I'll get this out of here, and we'll get some. That's all, folks. Bushings pressed in. Go, and I feel blessed because some of these had a sleeve in here that made them a pain in the neck. This one didn't, so I literally just beat these out with a hammer, and then put them in the vise and twisted them out. So they actually don't look too bad. But the rubber is dry and cracking, so I'm glad we're replacing them. So the new ones now, I'll just put in a vise and squeeze in. Pretty simple to do. So get those in, and actually I think I'm going to clean this up and paint it first. Then we'll put those in. So it needs to be super clean because my greasy gloms have been all over it. So super clean it, dry it, paint it, let it, and so just letting her soak a little bit. I'm not even going to wash it. When I do this for these cheap and dirty projects, let's put it on there. We'll wire brush it a little bit more. We'll dry it. We'll blow it dry and call it good. I would suggest not breathing this stuff. It can be rather, it'll make you cough is what I'm saying. So, but yeah, it works good. So thanks, Jessica. Always appreciate your support. So yeah, that's all I do. I could take it out and wash it, I suppose, but before. On a higher dollar vehicle, I would. Woot woot. All right, I'm going to dry that up, blow it up, and then dry it. She's painted up, or I should say primed up. So tempted to run the cord over and fire up the oven and bake it, but I'm not in that big of a rush today. So we'll let her dry here. We'll get our upper control arm bushings. I got to go dig those out of the box. And I did put the lower on. I also got the torsion bar in place. Well, was just waiting for stuff. So we're making progress. I did interestingly, and then maybe because the torsion bar has got a bow to it, but we're way out here on this one, and it surprises me. So I'm going to have to do some measuring, see how we got an inch out here. On that side, I don't think we do. Let's go around there. No, we got a 1/4 inch, which is what I designed it to be. So got to do a little figuring, but torsion bars can take a bend from being under torque for all those years, so that's probably what it is. And all that. I think from what I'm seeing, it's splaying out. It just needs to be pushed in. All right, we got one side in, so I'm going to take you through how I do this. Got that one in there looking good. What I do is I put a little STP or some kind of lubricant on the bushing, and then I get it in the vise here, get her somewhat in the same city limits because it's way the heck out right now because I just pressed the other one. Get her square like a toilet, okay? Flush like a toilet. And that's not square, okay? So there we go, perfect, eh? Well, how many times can we throw it on the floor and get it full of dirt? Obviously lots. Can you relate? Okay. Last one went perfect. I shouldn't have turned the camera on. Okay. All right, that's pretty square. So I get it in there, and I give her the old squeezeroni. Start getting her down in there good. There she goes. And it ain't going to go very far before it bottoms out. Okay, so it's bottomed out, but at least it's in there now, okay? And I'm going to spin this around for ease, like this, so you can see and I can work easier. So then I got to open it up, because I'm going to put a socket on the back side here to give clearance for it, clearance. Okay, and this is kind of a bugger. Once you get her started, she'll go all right. And see, I'm not lined up properly. Okay, there we go. Having a good vise on a bench would be a lot easier. But my vise on the bench isn't very good. So then we just start the process. Okay, I can tell that I'm hitting my socket, so I need to move it. Let's open this up just a little bit. Yes, you drop a lot of crap. A lot. Make sure you put the hole of the socket the right way also. You try to hold her in place. Don't pinch your finger in there. Don't pinch the flap of your hand in there. There we go, just like that. I think down just to Nova. I think we're okay there. We'll know here in just a minute. It does look a little, no, it's good. It's just an optical illusion. And if it's close, it'll pull itself over, but oh yeah, much better. It's not binding now. And even though I dropped it and had to wipe it off, there's still some lubricant on there. So here we go. It's just a matter of running it around and getting it in there. I don't do it in my press because the press doesn't have any way to allow me clearance underneath for this stuff. So someday I'm going to get a nice press table built for that thing, but I don't have that right now. So this is what we get. And I've done it like this most of my life. So, all right, I'm going to check that. Make sure everything looks good. Yep, we're coming through nicely. See, they're just tight. That's all. But now I know that my socket's fitting over inside of there without any bindage. So it's good. All right, I'm not going to bore you sitting here watch me crank this for the next 10 minutes, but that's what's happening. So huff, puff, puff, huff. But they're both in there now. So there we go. Woohoo! Okay, we're back in. Looks good. Remember that these control arms are just tin and they do flex a lot. So you may have to, after beating on it like that, you may have to just do a little massaging to get things in. I got my ball joint here. So hopefully get that in. Gotta find my ball joint socket. Where did I put my ball joint socket? Ugh. I think I'm going to get a more reasonable ratchet to start so that we can start running that in. And winter chicken dinner and stuff. Okay. Very good. She's square. Started going crooked. I had to take it back out, but I got it square now, and everything looks good. So we can pull it up, get our boot in there. I think I want to tighten this one down first. While I've got this, I can get it out of my way. I can get my socket on that. Whew. Got to find the socket. Okay, right there. Then I need an extension. Okay, that one ain't gonna work. Okay, apparently we're gonna have to do that one the old-fashioned way by hand and stuff. I think if I had a shallow well socket, we'd be all right. I don't have one of those in my back pocket. So, all right, I'm gonna get this stuff tightened up. I'll be right back. Here we go. It's all together. Looks good. All of our bushings are all in. Ball joints are in. Everything is copacetic. Our torsion bar mount is in. So that torsion bar is in backwards, but we've got to redo all of this on that side. So no big deal. But it's looking really good. I'm pleased to have this done for sure. The upper boot gave me some fits. I ended up having to take that apart, get that straightened out. I'm missing the nut on the shock, but I don't know if I'm going to have to take this upper assembly off. It's not welded right now, and it's just sitting there. But I was thrilled when I was putting that 3/4 drive ratchet with that 3-foot pipe on there, and I was way out here by the table pulling on it. That thing didn't budge. So winter chicken dinner there. I'm really pleased with the way that came out. So it's good and strong. Yeah, what's next? Well, guys and girls, that was a full day's work. Not bad for a day that started out. I didn't feel like doing crap. I'm really thrilled to have all of this done. I got to do the same thing on the other side. Plus, I screwed up the shock mount over there, so I got to redo that. I don't know if I'm going to be up for that tomorrow or not. I do need to go get firewood again because we got another cold snap coming. It's 60 today, but it's supposed to be back in the 20s in a week, and I don't have enough wood even for another week. So the joys of homestead living. But yeah, I think we're doing all right. You know, been kind of toying with what wheels I want on this. I've got a set of CUDA hubcaps. I just got a feeling that's the way I'm going to go. I like those 58 Chrysler ones that are on here, but I only have 2 of them. I do have 4 of us from off of a 70 CUDA, so. They're Plymouth, but it's still Mother Mopar. It's hot rod, so we'll see. 'Cause I got to get
I'll drag those down sometime. I do have to get the other wheels and tires in here. I have those out there. They're under another car just holding it up, but I've got the wheels to put back on that now. So little by little, we're making it. So there's other things to do, like put the suspension stops in here, upper and lower, so that we don't overextend our suspension and brake ball joints. I'm really pleased with the ball joint angle. It doesn't look too hyperextended. So I think we did good here on that. So yeah, I think overall she looks pretty good in her overalls. Torsion bar looks great. Um, Again, we're waffling on the mount. If we're going to put a cross member in there, leaning towards it, but until we put the motor in, we're not going to know. So I'm beat. I've got several hours of editing I need to get done tonight, so I'm going to get this done and then go get after that. And I appreciate you being here. Like, share, subscribe. We have channel memberships for as little as $5 a month. You get access to all kinds of behind the scenes stuff, and it really supports me so that I can do a better job doing the channel. And I appreciate all those of you who make your monthly contributions in the membership. It makes such a difference. You can't even begin to know. All right. We'll catch you on the next one. And don't forget, because around here, it's